Alright, part 3. The DLC review, Plains and Prairies. I have all the equipment over here. Here I have an all-you-can-buy station, where you can buy anything at all. Anything. Let's see what happens. Here, open the pallet shop. Okay, we can buy pallets there. We can sell grain and buy the pallets. And here we can buy grains and liquid fertilizer, what have you. We're going to be testing them out, like I promised. We are gonna start with this guy here. We're gonna start with him, the slurry spreader, the versatile nemesis, or not the versatile nemesis, the slurry spreader. We're gonna start with that. We're gonna fill that up with slurry. Then we're gonna go to a nearby field and see how it spreads the slurry. Alright, let's fill it up with digested and slurry, or slurry. That's okay. Slurry. I wonder, can you fill it up with no, you can't. Alright, let's go to a nearby field. So it can hold 21,800 liters, this one. And it is pretty heavy once the slurry is in here. We activated the normal amount. We can activate the double amount of application rate. And we can go back to normal. So let's go to a nearby field and spread the slurry. Let's open these guys out. I hope we have this field bought. No, we haven't. Let's buy it real quick. No, it's bought. We can put this down. This one had a spreading which I think. Let's check it real quick. Not in here. $16 meters. Let's turn it on. Wow, look at that. We're spreading slurry at 8 miles per hour. Wow, that's pretty amazing. Let's activate the double amount of application. Double the amount of application. We are spreading double the amount now. Double the amount, 16 kilometers per hour we're going at. Okay, let's go back to the regular one, normal amount, and we're only driving at 8 kilometers per hour with the normal application rate. With the double application rate, we were doing 16 miles per hour. Alright. And you can see the slurry is practically on the field. The slurry is actually on the field. You can see the colors right here. That is brighter than this. So the slurry is on the field. It's 100% fertilized. Here it's 0% fertilized. Alright, let's hook up the other one. Okay, let's put that one there. We're gonna hook up the one with the 4 axles. We're gonna try that out. Let's fill it up. That one also has 16 meters. But we're not going to fill that right up to the brim because we have this guy over there because I want to test something out. Let's fill this one up with slurry. Slurry or digested. Let's go with slurry. Let's stop right there. 57%. Even the wheel here is turning as well. The liftable wheel is turning. When you're turning the steering, it's turning as well. Let's put this guy here. We're gonna jump into the truck real quick. We're gonna fill up the slurry tanker. I think this might act like a field binder. Let's fill it up with slurry. This might come in useful as a field binder. Alright, let's fill it up with slurry. Alright, 39,800 liters of slurry. I hope we're not going to get stuck here. We can start overloading already. Let's put this here. We're gonna fill this guy up from him. Alright, let's jump in here. Let's see if we can fill it up. Yes, we can. We can fill it up. Look at that. All we have to do is we can press R key. We're filling up, and we can overload. Or can we? Yes, we can. Look at that. We can overload, and we can fill up. I think we can do that from inside the truck as well. No, we can only overload. Yeah. We can overload from the truck in here. But we can't fill up from here to here. We can't fill up. We just can overload from here to here from the truck. And we're full. And we can start overloading again. We can't because I think the truck is full, right? I don't know why you're overloading. That's more fun. Anyway, let's test it out. Let's open it up. Let's put it down, and we have the normal application rate active. So let's have a look at the animation here. We're going 8 miles per hour because we're using less. Let's turn on the double application rate, and we're going 16 miles per hour because we're using double the amount of application rate. Look at that. And you can hear the splitter and the splatter when you go really up close. You can hear it splatter on the field. Let's go back to the normal application rate. And now we're only driving 8 miles per hour. But this is pretty amazing. This is awesome. Okay, let's fold it back up. Let's try out the other farm equipment on this here field. I think we can overload from that one to that one there. Let's try it real quick. But I don't know if we can. Let's just check it real quick. Can we overload from the big one into the small one? We can start overload. Look at that. We're overloading into the small one, and we can fill it back up. We can fill up the big one from the small one. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. So we can fill up the small one from the big one, like that. And we can fill up the big one from the small one by pressing the R key. And I think we can do it vice versa as well. Yes, we can. We're overloading we're filling up the big one with the small one. And now we're going to fill up the small one from the big one. Look at that. That's pretty amazing. Let's see if we can fill up the small one from that one over there. I think we can. Yes, we can. We can start overloading. Yeah, I think that one here is full. Yeah, and we're full too. So we may have to empty it out. Alright, so that works. Overloading and refilling works on those three. Overloading and refilling. That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, let's put those two there. Let's test out the next equipment. Let's test out the disc harrow here. And therefore, we're going to use the bigger tractor. That's the disc harrow right there. And then we're going to test out the other stuff as well. Alright, let's unfold it. I think the disc harrow how much did it have? 18 meters, yeah. Alright, let's sink it. Let's discarrow the field here. Oh, that's pretty slick. That's pretty slick. Alright. Nice disc harrowing. Let's test out that other piece of equipment. And let's put it here. Okay, let's grab the Kinsey here. You can also open the tarp on this. You have to press the Y key on the keyboard to be able to open the tarp. Check that out. Let's put some grain in here. We can also overload grain from this into a trailer. Let's fill this up with grain. Let's say wheat. If you close the tarp, it's going to stop filling up. It's not going to fill up any further. If you open the tarp back up, what you have to do is press the R key and start refilling it again. Let's fill it up to the brim here. Alright, we can close it like that, and you can see there we have grain in here, we have wheat. You can see it right there. Man, this thing is heavy. This is heavy. We're going to do some overloading action. We're going to overload this into the trailer back there to see if that will work. We're going to put the pipe out like so. We're going to leave the tractor running. We're going to grab the truck and we're going to bring the trailer over. But we're also going to test if we can fill this trailer from the cell point or from the buy station over there. Alright, let's open the cover. Let's see if we can buy some grain. We're gonna buy wheat from this here buy station. Press the R key, press wheat. We're gonna close the tar. As soon as you close the tar, it's gonna stop filling up. You have to open the tab again and press your R key, start wheat, and it's filling up. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna get this trailer over to the Kinsey, to the overloading wagon. We're gonna overload the grain. Look at that, we're overloading. How cool is that? We're overloading. Okay, we didn't see the animation. Alright, I want to have a look at the dumping, how the trailer dumps. We can see it unload here. So let's unload here. We don't have any trailer configurations as to unloading, so it's unload. You have to go forward every time you want to unload. See, can we? Wow, look at that. That's cool. Alright, that's how you unload the grain with this here trailer. Okay. Okay, that's a grain that we just unloaded. Let's put that one to the side. Alright, let's put it there. And now we're gonna test out the next piece of equipment. We're gonna test out the sprayer next. I think this will take solid fertilizer, not solid fertilizer, but liquid fertilizer, and or herbicide. So we're gonna put either one in here. Press the R key, herbicide, liquid fertilizer. Yeah, only those two. It will take liquid fertilizer or herbicide. So let's put on liquid fertilizer and start. Okay, 4,921 liters on that one. Let's test it. We got a whopping 40 meters here. 40 meters. Alright, let's put it down to the ground, like that. I think we can change the work width. Yes, we can. Control and Y. 27, 21, 15, 2 meters. Okay. And 40 meters. Let's turn it on. And we're spreading liquid fertilizer. Cool. Amazing. 40 meters. That's pretty slick. 25 miles per hour, or kilometers per hour. Let's change the work width to control and Y. Let's do 2 meters. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, that's 2 meters, okay. 15 meters. Okay, that's 15 meters. 21 meters. Okay, that's 21 meters. And we have the full 40 meters, alright. Okay, let's close it up and test out the next one. We're gonna test that one over there. That one's got, I think it's solid fertilizer, that one there. Can we open the tarp? Yes, we can. Look at that. That takes solid fertilizer. With the arc key, solid fertilizer. That's all it will take, solid fertilizer. Alright. I think we can change the work width here as well. Yes, we can. Well, we got 42 meters of a work width. 36, 30, 21, 18, 15, and that's it. Let's test it. We can close it as well. Alright, we got the full 42 meters. Let's turn it on. Wow, look at that. We are fertilizing. Alright, control and Y. Let's see what 18 meters look like. That's 18 meters for you. That's 18. 15 meters. It's only that amount. 15 meters. 30 meters. That's 30. 21. 21 is that. And yeah, that's it. So we have a couple of spreading with options there, so partial width. Got a lot of options there to play with. We can also unload it, but I'm not going to unload it on this field. We can unload it as well. But if you unload it, then let's see what happens. I think crates will spawn. That's how you unload it. These are all the Cortiva solid fertilizer pellets there. because we unloaded this guy here. All right, that is that one tested. Let's grab the next one. Let's grab the applicator. Also solid fertilizer. We're gonna open the tarp. It's filled with solid fertilizer. We also have here the change of a spreading width. Okay, we want solid fertilizer only. Oh wow, cool. Look at that. We can close it back up. Let's unfold it. $22 partially wood. I think we can change the work code. Yes, we can. 80 meters, 15, 12, 9, and 22. Let's turn it on. Wow. But before I want to see if we can lower that a little bit. Lower it in any way. No, we can't lower that. But look at the animation on that. That looks pretty sick. And that looks pretty cool actually. Okay, there's 22 meters. Let's check out what 12 meters look like. Okay, 12 meters is only that much. 9 meters. Is that much, okay. 15 meters. Is this much? 12. Is this, and we're back to, let's see what 9 meters look like. Okay, this is 9 meters. Alright. Alright, we want to test out the planter next. So let's grab the planter. Liquid fertilizer and seeds. We can change the seeds by pressing the set button on the keyboard. With sorghum, sunflower, soya beans, sugar beet, cotton, green beans, corn. So we need liquid fertilizer and seeds. Okay, press the R key, seeds, And we need liquid fertilizer as well. Liquid fertilizer. Liquid fertilizer in here. And the seeds in here. And you can see the lid of the up here opened up, so when we drive away it should close right up. Yeah, it closed up. Alright. And it's got the tracks instead of the wheels there. Alright, let's unhook the tractor. We're gonna hook the big guy up to it. Big Roy. Or whatever. Yeah, I think they call it the Big Roy. Okay, let's plant sorghum. Let's see how that works. So unfold it. Sink it and turn it on. This crop can't be planted in September. What can we plant in the month of September? We can plant barley. And what else can we plant? Canola. Canola. Can we plant corn? September. This one doesn't do oilseed radish. We're out of luck on this, but we're gonna let's plant anyway. I'm not gonna fast forward time. We're out of luck for this demonstration. This one doesn't do canola or barley, and it probably doesn't do grass either. What about what's this? Yeah, we're completely out of luck with this. Yeah, but that is how it works anyway. Let's say we had a different month. You would turn that on, and you would plant either sunflower, soya beans, sugar beets, cotton, green beans, or corn or sorghum. Alright. But we can't plant any of those in the month of September, so we're kind of out of luck with this machine right here. So last but not least, we're gonna test out the big guy over there, that big cedar. The big cedar over there. and then we should be pretty much finished with this DLC review. Unfold. 1 second, we need to detach that. Detach this. We're gonna attach that one to the tractor. And then we're gonna fill it up. It takes seeds and fertilizer. Open cover. We're gonna open the cover. How cool is that? How cool is this? So what we need to do is we need to get this guy right under the pipe. If we can. There it is. Press the R button. We want seeds. And what else do we want? We need fertilizer as well. Open next cover. So we need fertilizer in there. Solid fertilizer. Wow, cool. And we can close cover. That is how that works. Nice. Let's see if we can plant wheat in September. We can plant barley. Can we plant wheat? Yes, we can. Alright, let's watch this guy planting wheat. Alright, let's select this. We're gonna open it out. This was under cedars. 25.6 meters. Let's sync it and turn it on. Boom. Let's plant some wheat here. Wow, look at that. We're planting wheat here. Pretty amazing. Now this piece of equipment here is used for big maps, for 8 times map, big maps in Farming Simulator. You want to have this equipment for big maps. And the seeds are going down quite nicely as well. They're going down slowly into the ground. Alright. We're gonna end the video here before the video gets over 46. I don't want to have a 50-minute video. I think 46 or 47 is standard, YouTube standard. But anyway, I'm gonna call this DLC review finished, guys. I have enjoyed reviewing this DLC, and I'm definitely gonna play with it. This DLC, it's really awesome. It's really, I think Giant State, they really outdid themselves with this DLC here. Versatile, Big Roy. Yeah, Giant State, they really outdid themselves with this DLC here. Look at that, awesome DLC. Wow. Anyway, I'm gonna end the video. Thanks for watching. Let me know in comments what you think. And if you're playing Farming Simulator 25, I highly recommend it. I recommend you guys to buy this DLC. I highly recommend it, guys. It's pretty awesome. So stay tuned for more Farming Simulator videos to come in the near future, because we have still 2 more DLCs to cover when they're coming out. So thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next video. Bye bye.